So good morning everyone. Today we will go to see some concept of C language. So we have left from identifier names has already completed. I think global variable is also completed, input output in C. So from this slide, I think we need to start. Am I correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So input output in C, this in C there are no special keywords to perform input output operation. These operations are carried out by the library function through technically, though technically C does not distinguish very much between console and file input output. Both are conceptually different. Means if you are taking input output from file, it is different, and if you are taking input output from keyboard and other input devices, then it is different. Why? Because file are inside file static entity, while whatever we are typing in keyboard is dynamic entity. But you can see that the function name printf is there. Okay, so printing over this output screen is one file. Scanf is scan from file. So there are different things means associated with C language. All consoles input output produce only text based output. Console means whatever you are typing there. However, most compilers include screen control and graphics function in their libraries. So this is GUI based compiler, and in fourth generation this is coming. This function apply to that specific environment under which compiler operates. So preprocessor directives related with input output. Preprocessor directives are the instructions given to the compiler. They are just they are not translated into machine language. Okay, because it is already pre-compiled header files. Okay, so there are different names like preprocessor, include file, preprocessor, header files, etc. They're not translated into machine language, but they are operated upon directly by the compiler before compiling process begins. Okay, preprocessor directives begin with a hash symbol, and the preprocessor directives are often placed in the beginning of program like main. So this is the preprocessor directive. Include header file, whatever header file, like include stdio.h is given. stdlib.h is another file, and math.h related with math function is another file, and so many different files are available. Okay, conio.h, we are not going to execute conio.h because it is associated with DOS based C compiler. And next is string.h, like whatever string functions we are going to perform, it is based on string.h file. Reading and writing characters, character can be read and written in C using these functions. Okay, getchar, getche, getch, putchar, get and put. So we are not using any of them. Fine, and we will use in later, because this time actually in if you are reading Dennis Ritchie's C book, he always use getchar and putchar and get and put. Okay, so we are not going to use such commands because it is a little bit complicated to understand. Fine. So getchar reads a character from keyboard, waits for a carry as written, means whenever you are writing y and then press enter. So this carry as written is your enter keyboard. Okay, this is the symbol. Whenever you press enter, then automatically it will uh, operate whatever operation is given or assigned to this. Getche reads the character with echo. Whatever you are writing, it will be echoed. Does not wait for carriage written and not defined by the ANSI, but common extension. Getch reads character without echo, does not wait for carriage written, not defined by the ANSI, but it is common extension. And then putchar writes a character into screen, and get reads a string from keyboard, and put writes a string into keyboard. So these are the input output characters, input output functions, but we are mostly concentrated on uh, printf and scanf. Okay, so these are the two functions which we will use in our programming. Now this is a character, this is a program, how to write input output string operations. So let me show you equivalent program written in compiler. So I will send you the link also for this compiler. Okay, so where you can run your program if you are not having any compiler. There are mainly two compiler. I am sending one which is much faster than other compilers. Section C. Section C. So this is beautiful compiler. Okay, faster. And one more compiler is there. It is pasted in your WhatsApp group. Okay, another compiler is this. Okay, so these are the two there are two compilers. Now you can run program online. And let me share my screen. The whole desktop will be shared by me. Now let us compile. Okay. So what is the program written here? The program is based on getChar and putChar. Put a string and get a string. Okay. So suppose character string include stdio.h is the. I'm just showing this program and don't disturb with this program. Okay. But this is very simple program. So, but the problem is that character string and it is 80 character long. I had not shown you any such kind of string, so that's why this is the problem, but I want to show anyhow that what is the utility of this function. So next line is get s string, get s string str. So this will be asked from user, and then put as str, put as str, put is on screen str, and there are two errors in this program, 1 2 semicolon. Let me run this program, and now it is asking for me, so let me write okay. Okay, it is unable to. Whatever I am writing here, it is not displayed, but only, let me clear once again, let me run the program. Get s is the string to be entered. Okay, so let me enter some string and then enter and control D. So now this program is not able to run here. Let me show you in this place. Sometimes this may happen due to compiler dependency. So here it says that getS function is dangerous and should not be used. Okay, what is written here? And it is very good clue for you why I am not using this getS function. So whatever I had entered, it will be printed back. Okay, put as. So this is getS function and this is putS function. So are you able to understand what is the meaning of this getS and putS? Get string and put string. So this is for input
Sir,
and
why
output.
it is dangerous?
It is dangerous because how to get a string and how to read these things, that is the problem. There are some other issues related with this, and this will directly affect the memory. That's why we are not using getters and putters. Okay,
sir.
I'm not having exact answer to you, but I will show you what is the exact answer for this. Okay, so let me try to check why getters is dangerous. Why getters and putters? Is this screen visible to you? Dangerous. Because I never thought this kind of question will be asked by any student. The function is unsafe because it assumes consistent input. Never use it. You should not use getters since it has no way to stop buffer overflow. Okay. So in previous compiler, in this compiler, you have seen whenever I am going to run this program, I am constantly writing something, and uh, it is giving me output. Okay. Dash KJF is not found, but it is not going to show you and going to put the screen, the answer of this screen into output. So that's why it is dangerous. Fine. So it is very, but because it was in developing stage, this was the function for developing compiler stage. So that time it is used much, and nowadays we are using printf and scanf function. Fine. Any doubt?
Sir, the screen is not visible.
Again. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So just prompt me when screen is not visible. Fine. Now is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. This is the function, include stdio.h, and you have seen the beauty of this function. And this is the string, actually string. And in day 1 or 2 programming, you have learned about a string, how to read a string and how to show the string. So this will work with DOSF or DOS based compilers also. Now there is formatted console input output. Okay, so print f means formatted. It is not file, it is formatted. So printf text format specifier and then variable name. So format specifier like %2.5f. Okay, initially what we have written %f. %f is float specifier, and %2.5, this says that how many decimal places will be there and how this will be accommodated in your output. Okay. So this is format specifier, address of variable name. If you are interested to scan certain number, then %f and variable name is a. So this is the way here double quote is shown. So this is our scanf function to take input from user. Okay. So you must be clear that format specifier must be begin with %. Okay. And then it will say what kind of format it is using. Format modifiers. So there are varieties of modifiers, and like integer, float, character, these are the data type. And if we use like signed, unsigned, signed, unsigned, so this is modifier. So modifiers are 4 number of modifiers are there. Many format specifier can work with modifiers that alter their meaning slightly. Modifiers placed between the percentage sign and the format specifier. Okay, so the minimum field width, the number of decimal places, left justification, and any other. See, this is formatting associated with the screen. How do you want to see? Suppose this is the bill, so you need to write item like this. Okay, but you need to write bill like this. Whatever bill is coming, it must be right justified, and whatever text is there, it is left justified. So this is done with the help of, this can be done with the help of format specifier. So we will see in screen related program, like specific for minimum field width. So this is a precision specifier 12.5. So only up to 5 places of decimal we are required. We are interested. So this is floating point, but this is a small f. Huh? It is not a capital F. And then modifiers to justify the output. So it is left justified. Minus means you are going in this way. From this place, how many places are there? And plus means left justification. Left justification is like this. So whenever you are writing text, like this text is written in centrally justified. Okay. So, and the last year, Linux C, C++ programming with C, session 1, 23 of 25, it is written in right justified. So this is not for left, this is for right justification. Right justification. So it just beautifies justification. It just beautifies the text. Okay, that's why we are using format specifiers. So these are the number of format specifiers: %, %, %, %i, %e, capital E, small e is used for same. So you can take the screenshot of this and paste it into your group also. Done?
Yes, sir.
If you want to take input of pointer type, then %p will be used, and %n, the associated argument is an integer pointer, which the number of characters written so far is placed. So number of characters. Okay. Now come to escape sequence. So escape sequence are specified as first argument in printf, like /n. Okay. So it will automatically move you to new line. Okay. /t. /t is used for tab. Okay. So this is first argument in printf or scanf. I think there is no argument in scanf, such kind of argument. So let us mute myself for few seconds. Okay. So there is one vehicle, garbage vehicle. That's why this huge sound is coming. Now come to these are the escape sequences. /p is for backspace, /f is for form feed, /n. We are mostly using this /n. Okay. So /n, /r we are not using. /t sometimes double quote, single quote, null, backslash, vertical tab, all are used with our programming with printf statement. So I will show you how we can use. And yes, in scanf we can use some of the escape sequences also. So with this we finish fundamental of C programming. Okay, this is lecture 1. If you have any doubt, I am posting this to your post. This slide I am going to post to you, or already posted, not posted na. So let me post as class notebook, not
Sir,
class. Yes.
सर आई वांट टू आस्क दैट कि आप जो भी पढ़ा रहे हो सर उसको हम प्रैक्टिस कैसे करें सर, कोडिंग करके?
कोडिंग बगैर कुछ भी नहीं होगा बेटा, है ना?
हाँ,
You need to
ओके
code.
सर, हाँ.
So for
ओके
coding, because I am not a magician. Without coding, anybody जो भी आप यदि चाह रहे हो कि आप कर लोगे, so it is not possible. बिल्कुल भी
सर.
पॉसिबल
यस
नहीं
सर.
है. फाइन. तो आप सभी लोगों को ये रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप लोग कोडिंग करें.
ओके सर.
हाँ हाँ, और यदि आप कोडिंग करना चाहते हैं तो अलग अलग कंपाइलर्स मैंने आप लोगों को दिखाई दिए हैं. आप वहां से कंपाइलर यूज कर लें. और ये मैंने आपका आज का पीपीटी डाल दिया है. ओके, न्यू कन्वर्सेशन, एंड इन दैट न्यू कन्वर्सेशन आज की पीपीटी 1 और आज की पीपीटी नंबर 2, ये दोनों डाल दिए मैंने. upload, and inside that file session 2 is also there and session 1 is not there. So let me put session 1 once again. So both the PPTs are there in your notes. Okay, so you can read this, and whenever some questions are coming, because we need to practice the programming, so we will see the programming accordingly. So let us see the objective of this session. We are going to read arithmetic and C. Okay, arithmetic operators. So there are different kind of operators like assignment operator, arithmetic expressions, precedence operator, relational and logical, conditional, comma, and shorthand. So in C language, assignment operator is single equals to, and whenever we are using double equals to, it is relational operator. Okay, double equals to, if A is equals to 9, it means 9 is assigned to A. It simply means 9 is assigned to A. Okay. And if I am writing A equals to 12, it means that this is false. Okay. Why this is false? Because A is equals to 9 already, and this checks whether this is true or not. So this is relation. This is a relation, and this is assignment. So how do you assign any operator? So by using this command, variable name equals to expression, like variable name equals to 9, A equals to B, and this is known as L value, and this is that right hand side value is known as R value. Okay, so always R value can be a variable or integer or constant, but always L value must be a variable. You cannot assign value like 9 equals to A, 9 equals to A, or 10 equals to B. So this is wrong assignment and this is right assignment. If you want to use multiple assignment, then before going to this, let us understand there are 4 types of operator: logical, arithmetic, relational, and bitwise. So let me explain all these operators in very detail. Okay, before going to all these operations, you just try to understand the concept what I am going to explain you. To just try to understand, because everybody knows physics very well. Okay, so and electricity, very little concept of electricity is there, and the concept is logic. Okay, just I'm showing you logic, logical operations. So very first logic is AND. So let me explain AND by circuit. There are 2 switches, A and B, and there is one output. Okay, this output is there, and one battery is there because power supply is required. So power supply is given from this, and suppose I want to make a table of this A, B, and X. This is our X. Okay, output is X. Suppose on is represented by 1 and off is represented by 0. Okay, this is our representation. So let me Okay, let you tell me that when both the switches are off, then what will be the output? If both the switches are off means open circuit, then what will be the output?
0.
0. If this is 0, 1, means A is off and B is on, then
0.
Off, sir.
good. Vice versa is also off. And if both the circuits are connected, then it will give you 1. Agree or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in this logic, you have any kind of doubt? No doubt?
No, sir.
See, in C programming, what happened? We have given series of input. Okay, series of input like 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0, and B equals to 1 1 0 0 1 1 1 0. Suppose this is the input and this is, we need to calculate the output. So what is the output? So this output, this equation will be performed bitwise. Bitwise means each bit is calculated. So in this table, only one will come in these places where both the input is 1. Here the condition is A and B, A and B must on to switch on bulb. Okay, both A and B, both A and B. This statement is correct. So here what is written in between this? And. That's why this and is coming. So if 0 and 0 is 0, 1 and 1 is 1, 1 and 1 is 1, and 0 and 1 is 0, because it is not satisfying this condition. Again, this is 0, this is 0, this is 0. So this will be the answer. Now, please ask if you have any doubt. Is this clear to all of you?
सर वो लास्ट
Yes.
में कैसे कैलकुलेट किया सर, वो समझ में नहीं आया.
ये x कैसे कैलकुलेट किया ना?
यस सर, यस सर.
This is bitwise operation. Bitwise means you are not going to see if you are following particular position. Suppose you are following this position, so you need to see at these two inputs only. Okay, don't see on these and these other input. So 0 1, 0 1 is 0, so this is 0.
हाँ, यस सर, गॉट इट.
Got it?
यस
Now
सर.
come to, yes, now come to second circuit. OR gate. Okay, I'm not designing symbol of AND gate and OR gate. I'm just explaining what is the meaning of this. Now, suppose the circuit modifies little bit. This is A and this is B. And remaining circuit is similar to previous one. X. there are four possibilities of switching. Okay, so in first switching, if both the switches are off, means open circuited, then output will be what is the output?
So if they are on, then it is 1.
No. Just see this circuit and tell me if we are flowing the current in this particular condition, whether the bulb glows or not.
Sir, 0. Sir, do not play.
And then if any one of this is connected, if any one of
Sir,
them
then,
is
sir, 1.
either this or this, and if both are connected, then also 1. Okay, so here the condition is either A or B should be on. Okay, to produce X to be on. And similar problem, if A is written and B is written like 10110110 and then 1100 and 1110, then what is the output? In this case, if you are, this X is written as A and B, okay, and this is A or B. Okay, now tell me the output. So 0 0 is 0, 1 1 is 1, 1 1 is 1, 0 1 is 1, 1 0 is 1. This is also 1, this is also 1, and this is also 1. At least one must be there. Either of input consist of 1, then it will produce 1. So up to this point, there is any doubt? Now come to NOT gate. The circuit is same. Okay, the circuit is same, power supply is also same. This is our power supply and this is our A. Okay, only one switch is there. There is no need to go for another switch. So there are only two possibilities then, 0 or 1. What will be the output?
Sir, 1.
If in this case the light is on and if we make this close, then circuit will be completed here only, so the output is 0. Okay, clear or not? So in this case 10110110, if it is passed through NOT gate, then the answer will be 01001001, just the complement of this. So this is also known as complement. Now this is third, and the fourth one is XOR. Fourth one is XOR. Okay, this XOR has special capabilities. I'm not going to draw the circuit of this, okay, because it uses both the concept and it is little bit complicated. So better to tell me what is the input and what is the output. See, exclusive OR says that, and the symbol of XOR is A plus B. If either of input is 1, then output is 1 like OR. But if both the input are 0, then output will be 0. Okay. If A equals to B, then output will be 0. If A is not equals to B, then output will be 1. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is the logic
Yes,
of.
sir.
So everybody understand the logic of this. Let us one more thing try to do. 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 is A and B is 1 1 0 0 1 1 1 0. Now tell me what is the output of this line. This is 0. This is 0. Agree or not? This is also 0. Agree or not? This is 1. This is 1. This is 1. This is also 1. And this is 0. So 0 will be coming at only those places when A equals to B. And we are talking about bitwise. Okay. We are not talking about both the things are same. Only bit by bit we are checking. Like this bit, this bit, this bit, and this and this, and so on. Okay. So this is whole operation. You can take a screenshot and paste it in your group. So that whenever the problem like this will come in programming, then you will be able to understand why this operation is there. So may I go forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So multiple assignment, if you want to assign a particular value to a multiple variables, then this is the way. A equals to B equals to C equals to 10. But you cannot do this. Integer A equals to integer B equals to integer C equals to integer equals to 10. So this is wrong way. Although you can also perform like this: integer A, B, C, and D. Then this statement will automatically come. Or sometimes C is also support this type of statement: A integer A equals to B equals to C equals to D. No, supported by C++ only. Okay, then come to arithmetic operators. So whenever we are doing a special problem, then we need to assign initial value. Okay, this is our bias value, like y equals to mx plus c in what is the value, minimum value. So this initialization is there. Arithmetic operators are used to perform numerical operations. They are divided in two classes, like binary operators and unary. In case of binary operators, we need two operands. Two operands. Operands are those things like A and B. So A plus B, A minus B, and this there is one more operator, that is slash, is for division. So this is also a binary operator. Okay. Then come to unary operator. So unary operator is unary minus. Okay. Then unary increment and decrement, like A plus plus. If you want to write A equals to A plus 1, so better to write A plus plus. Both are same thing. Similarly, A minus minus is equals to A equals to A minus 1. So these are the two different kind of operators. I will show you each one by one. Now come to binary operator. Okay. So binary operator is binary. Number is different thing. Binary operator means if we require two operand, then it will become binary operator. So there is one program given to you. Okay. So how do you perform this program? Let me write this program. Shivangi Sinha. Okay. I'm taking integer input, integer A, J, and K. J equals to 5, and k equals to 10. Or take just opposite number 15 and 3. Printf. If you want to print both the number, then you can write the inputs are j equals to %d and k equals to %d. So this is one statement written for input. When I am going to write this program, so the output is like this. Okay. Oh my God. Yes, this is correct. So this is inputs are j equals to 15 and k equals to 13. This will come. Now come to next statement, addition. Printf addition. Equals to %d comma j plus k. Okay. So this will give you addition. Only simple statement is written, addition equals to %d, and we have just put this j or and k here because this j and k is associated with one operator plus operator. So it will form a single number. So now you can see the output as 18. So till that time, let us write some more statement. Then come to subtraction. And then come to subtraction equals to, and subtraction after that subtraction, multiplication is one of the operators, multiplication. Okay, and then so subtraction is j minus k, multiplication is j multiplied by k, and then next operation is division. So all these are binary operator. Okay, why? Because two number of operands. Then modulus operator we can also use. Printf mod.
Sir, division sir कुछ cancel the sign आएगा.
Yes.
Okay.
Modulus. So this is %. Okay. And now let me run this program. So here you can see that operations and their output, and this output is formatted. Why formatted? Because I had given gaps like this. So first is 18, second is 12, it's correct, and 15 multiplied by 3 is 45, and then 15 divided by 3 is 5, and mod is 3 divided by 5. It will produce no remainder. So this is your modulus remainder actually. If I am writing 2, then answer will be 1. Okay, and the division's result is not that much correct because of integer. Because of integer, this is only showing integral part, and 0.5 will be not shown here. So is this program clear to you? So this is for binary operator. Okay, binary operator. Sections.
सर
Just
डिवीजन का के लिए फ्लोट वाला वो लगाना पड़ेगा ना कोड.
होगा, लेकिन हम केवल यहाँ देखना चाह रहे हैं कि कौन कौन से ऑपरेशंस हम परफॉर्म करते हैं, कौन कौन से ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं, तो उसके लिए हमने यहाँ पर यूज किया हुआ. क्लियर?
यस.
एनी डाउट? So there are output. The integers are 5 and 2. Addition gives 7, subtraction gives 3, multiplication gives 10, division gives 2, and modulus give 1. Fine. So now come to unary minus. Unary minus, a equals to minus 75. This is very special example of unary minus. Okay, but you cannot do unary plus. Plus equals to plus 70 or k equals to plus 19. You cannot do this, but you can do a equals to minus 75. It means whatever value of a is given here. Okay. Oh, this is very simple thing. A equals to minus 75. Simple. This is just assignment operator. Okay. So this is how unary minus will be used. So you cannot use like if you want to write 19. So why you are going to use plus 19? Is there any significance of this using this plus here?
No, sir.
But in case of minus, you need to put one minus here. Okay. Then come to
Yes.
increment and decrement operator. Okay. So there are post increment and pre increment operator. If you want to increment by 1, then you can write a plus plus or a minus minus. So both are given here, increment and decrement operator. Then arithmetic expressions are there. Plus plus I mod 7. This is one arithmetic expression. This shows that increment is also given and mod is also given. Okay, so how this increment and mod will work? So this is our increment and mod operator. Next example, this is another expression. Okay, these are mathematical expression. Just try to solve this expression. 5 plus c equals to 3 plus 8. Okay, a dot b plus c divided by, these are just expressions. So we will use precedence of operator. So precedence, like BODMAS rule is there. Precedence establishes hierarchy of one set of operators over another when an arithmetic expression is to be evaluated. Okay, it refers to the order in which C evaluates operator. The precedence of operator can be altered by enclosing the expression in parentheses. So here, if you are going for unary, then minus is first preference, minus 19, then plus plus, and then minus minus. Similarly, in case of binary, asterisk is first preference, asterisk is given first preference, then slash, then mod. In case of binary, plus is having more preference than minus. And in case of binary, equals to is having association from left to right, like A equals to B. We are never reading like B equals to A. Okay. But in case of this, A equals to B means the association is from left to right, but the output, the answer is from right to left. So whatever may be there, whatever may be written here, it will automatically transfer to this value. So that's why this is right to left. Okay. What do you mean by left to right? A minus B. Okay. 19 minus 3. It means 19 is put here and 3 will be put here, and then it will give you the answer. So this is the association left to right, right to left. So here it gives one example. Minus at minus 8 is unary minus, and this is negation of minus. Then minus 8 multiplied by 4. So this will give you 32 and then minus. Okay. Similarly, minus 32 mod 2 will give you 16. The result is 16. Okay, because it is modulus operator and it is there is no sign in mod operator. Remainder is 16. Yes. There is some problem, I think. 32 mod 2 minus 32 mod 2. Let me check first and then only we go, because this shows wrong. This is our minus, and suppose this is minus 32. Okay, and this is 2. Then run. Okay, so modulus will give you 0. Fine. The last one is wrong. Here it has quoted wrongly. I don't know why. This is not my slide also. So this will give you 0. Okay, 16 minus 3 is 13. No problem. Then come to type conversion. So I think time is over. Yes. So I will explain the other concept in next class. So up to this, is there any problem in understanding the concepts?
No, sir.
Okay. So whenever, if you have any problem, then you just write the problem and tell me. Okay. I will show you a special case of increment and decrement operator in next class. It is a very special case. Okay. So thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
Yes, I had downloaded the attendance also. Let me check whether it is downloaded or not. Yes, it is downloaded. So thank you very much. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Have a nice time. Okay.